Some workers from utility company Skelec on Tuesday morning walked off the job to protest a myriad of issues, including demanding risk pay, payment of honorarium, increase in salaries and opportunities for training, among other things. The protest took place in Newscast in front of the Office of Minister of Public Infrastructure, Conris Maynard. Mr. Maynard addressed the workers and promised to tend to their concerns, providing that the proper channels are followed.
That you would have had an opportunity to discuss whatever grievances you have with your immediate supervisors. If that doesn't work, and you give them time and there's no response, you go to the next level. If that doesn't work, and you get no response in a specific time, you go to the next level. I have not yet received any of that. So it is not processed to be here as yet. And you haven't verified that the information has reached the necessary levels. And so I'm not going to subvert the process. We're going to do it properly. Understand? Hold on. We're going to do it properly. I am going to be behind you 150%. 150% as long as we do it properly. But if we subvert processes, then it makes it difficult to get things done.
Some of the workers spoke to the media during their protest action.
Well, shock right now, the workers are frustrated. They tell you that the management, what that they have right now, they want to change, they want respect. They feel like they joke the job back from the 10%. They need the honorarium. They need a proper salary. The training finished since 2016-17. Proper training gone on hold. The guys don't need training again. So we need a change of management with a better vision for the company, for the island as a whole.
You believe that Skelec workers should have gotten part of the, as frontline workers, honorarium as well? From
yeah, but that ain't the core problem. The core problem, we need vision at the top.
One of the reasons is that management itself don't respond towards the workers. You go to them with your grievances and you never get a proper response. It's always back in time, that we never show up to comment on it.
How many years we're talking about now?
Many years.
Right. So basically you're out here today then to get the minister's attention.
Yes,
because
yeah.
You're not getting much response from
saying
the
that
management.
The response from the management is not coming, so they want to speak to the minister in charge. And I know he has his time and he planned time to come to meet the company, but apparently maybe it's taking too long. So the guys, they're just fed up. So they're forcing the hand, let me say, just to speak. They're forcing the minister's hand to come out and interact with the workers.
So in terms of the guys who are out here, what departments are? Is there multiplicity of departments or just one main department out here today?
Well, it's multiplicity. It's the whole of the CND section, which is the emergency team, planning team, the construction team, and along with the generation mechanics. You could say 85% are the working field.
Up to Newstime Tuesday, it was expected that a meeting providing the chance for Skelec management to hear the workers' grievances would be held for a solution to be found. SK Newsline will provide updates as they become available. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
A national energy task force is being set up to guide the quest to become a country that obtains its electricity solely from renewable energy. The information was disclosed when Minister of Energy Conris Maynard was declaring CARICOM Energy Month 2022 open in an effort to raise awareness about renewable energy sources and the progress being made on that front. Minister Maynard indicated the process of setting up the task force started a few weeks ago.
This task force will be jointly coordinated with the Ministry of Environment and Climate Action, which is led by Honorable Dr. Joel Clark. Additionally, we are engaging regional experts at the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, CCRE, and also at the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, to aid in the development of a whole-of-government energy transition strategy, which will form the terms of reference for our National Energy Task Force to use. The National Energy Task Force will then consolidate all the ongoing and prospective projects in the pipeline, such as geothermal in Nevis and solar and wind in St. Kitts, to ensure that we have a unified, structured, strategic, and fit-for-purpose pathway to 100% energy independence. This unified approach will be premised on developing one grid in St. Kitts and Nevis, where the electrical grid in St. Kitts is directly connected to the electrical grid in Nevis. One grid will significantly increase the resilience of power supply across both islands, such that excess renewable power generated on either island can be shared across both islands. Thus, as we make our strides toward 100% renewable energy, we are pleased to join with the CARICOM community in organizing a month of activities to highlight these initial achievements and the great ones that are to come.
CARICOM Energy Month 2022 is being held under the theme, Our Future is Electric. The theme allows the exploration of how renewable energy and energy-efficient technologies can take member countries towards a sustainable, climate-resilient future. Glenn Bart reporting for SKN Newsline.
Your vehicle is very important to you. That's why you should ensure it gets the best service and care possible only at IAS Diagnostic Center, located at Bird Rock behind the Life Fitness Center gym. Come to IAS Diagnostic Center for wheel alignment, rotor cutting, AC servicing, wheel balancing, oil filter change, diagnostic, tire repair and sale, tinting, and much more. With top-of-the-line equipment, come to IAS Diagnostic Center in Bird Rock. Opening hours Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 767-4422, 662-4416 or 466-6708. IAS Diagnostic Center for quality care of your vehicle.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports. All from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips. Nestled between evergreen mountains and the Caribbean Sea on the island of St. Kitts is the Mill House Guest House and Convention Center. With breathtaking views, a rugged, beautiful shoreline, and immaculate manicured gardens make this the perfect location for your holiday, event, or wedding. With a large convention center, apartments with balconies providing stunning views, and a secluded cottage for larger family groups or honeymooning couples looking for some privacy. We have something for everyone. Book your stay at www.millhouseskn.com or visit our Facebook page, the Mill House Guest House and Convention Center, an oasis of tranquility.
It's the gospel event of the year. Tehillah Band presents G5's Go Party. Friday, November 18th, 7 p.m. The Church of God of Prophecy at Buckley's location. Featuring headline artists from St. Lucia, Emran Henry.
Man, we are coming out. We are coming with the
From the British Virgin Islands, Red White, take it. Queens of the Nevis, Restoration Gospel Band.
we wanna see Jesus.
And from Sweet Sugars of St. Kitts, L1. Roots Band. And the host band, Tehillah.
We pressing God. We going all over God.
It's comedy, live live music, prizes, games, and ministry. Get your early bird tickets now for only $40 until October 31st. Regular price for tickets, $50. Purchase tickets at Bev's Enterprises on 4th Street. On Nevis, call Yolanda de Castro at 663-7655. Tickets can also be purchased on JAD at events.jad.cash/G-Vibes. It's G-Vibes Glow Party, Friday, November 18th, 7 p.m. at the Church of God of Prophecy, Buckley's location. Come on out and let's turn nightlife into light life for Jesus Christ.
I'm a warrior, earth as a hankara. I'm a warrior.
The new permanent representative of St. Kitts and Nevis to the United Nations, Nerisse Dockery, presented her credentials to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on October 24th.
It has been a thrill for me to be here at the UN as the country's youngest and first permanent representative. My presence here signifies a new approach being taken by a new and youthful administration that is eager to add its shoulder to the wheel, along with progressive leaders around the world who are impatient for the creation of a more just, inclusive, and equitable world. It is an administration which has begun with this ultimate objective in mind, and as such is proceeding with a great sense of urgency to get things done and deliver tangible benefits that will improve the well-being and standard of living of our people and the people around the world.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to receive you and to tell you very clearly that the support to St. Kitts and Nevis, but the support to small island developing states is an absolute priority for us. We know the difficulties that you face, we know the challenges that you face, you know how much the world economic order is against the needs and interests of the people of the small island developing states, namely in the Caribbean. And I want to tell you that we very much welcome your...
Prior to her appointment, Ms. Dockery held several positions in the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, including General Secretary and Chief Executive Officer beginning in March 2022, and Public Relations Officer and Director of International Affairs from 2018 to 2020. From 2021 to 2022, she was a financial advisor, Sagicor Life Incorporated, for the Eastern Caribbean. Between 2016 and 2017, she was Senior Support Services Officer and Faculty of Continuing Education and Corporate Training for Seneca College in St. Kitts and Nevis. She also held several positions in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis, including Senior Foreign Service Officer from 2014 to 2015 and Foreign Service Officer from 2004 to 2011. In addition, Ms. Dockery was a Special Assistant in the Office of the Director General Organization of Eastern Caribbean States between 2011 and 2013. She is Executive Director and owner of Finesse Consulting Service, established in 2020. She received a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Law and Society from York University in Toronto, Canada in 2003, and a Master of Arts in Advanced International Studies at the Diplomatic Academy of Vienna, Austria in 2009. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
After months of speculation, the Makana ferry service finally arrived and docked at Port Center, downtown Bastille. The new ferry service now connects Station, St. Martin and Sabre to St. Kitts and Nevis. The ferry service uses a 72-foot catamaran fast ferry capable of carrying 150 passengers on 2 decks. The craft has air-conditioned interiors, a bar service area, a business class area, and an open deck at the top. With the December 2022, January 2023 Carnival and Christmas periods just ahead, as well as the St. Kitts Music Festival and Culturama mid-year in 2023, it is believed that the fast ferry service will be a viable option for travelers to and from St. Kitts, particularly to St. Martin. The ferry captain and crew were met at Port Zante for a brief presentation by tourism officials and a short tour before the first passengers from St. Kitts boarded the ferry. Glenn Bard reporting for SK Newsline.
Your vehicle is very important to you. That's why you should ensure it gets the best service and care possible only at IAS Diagnostic Center, located at Bird Rock behind the Life Fitness Center gym. Come to IAS Diagnostic Center for wheel alignment, rotor cutting, AC servicing, wheel balancing, oil filter change, diagnostic, tire repair and sale, tinting, and much more. With top-of-the-line equipment, come to IAS Diagnostic Center in Bird Rock. Opening hours Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 767-4422, 662-4416 or 466-6708. IAS Diagnostic Center for quality care of your vehicle.
Mimi, what's that sound? There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit card can do. It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Online radio has never been this great. It's Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net. Tune into Voice of the Caribbean Radio for great Caribbean programs, news, entertainment, sports, and current affairs. Wake up each morning and be inspired with One Day at a Time with Kim Huey. Stay abreast with news across the Caribbean and internationally with the Caribbean News Hour, and be entertained with shows like Reggaeville, Caribbean Classics, and Jive Music Show. Visit our website, download our Android mobile app, or listen us on TuneIn Radio. There is so much more on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, reaching the Caribbean and beyond. Check website or app for program schedule.
Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the Collins Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the Collins Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one.
If you're looking for a place to host that special event, conference, meeting, social event, party, whatever the occasion, your best option is the Millhouse Convention Center in Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Located on the picturesque Garvey's Estate, the Millhouse Guesthouse Convention Center has enough space for outdoor events overlooking the Caribbean Sea. If you're looking indoors, the center is equipped with amenities needed to make your event a success. And by combining both spaces, you're sure to have a memorable event, no matter the occasion. Call the offices at Millhouse Guesthouse and Convention Center to book your next event on simply the most beautiful place in St. Kitts. Call 668-1392. Millhouse Convention Center at Garvey's Estate, Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Making your event memorable.
Reeling from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, several hoteliers in Negril anticipate profits for the upcoming winter tourist season. President of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Richard Wallace, predicts this season will be a major success.
It is projected that this upcoming winter tourist season will be back to pre-COVID, pre-pandemic levels, which is pretty exciting for us. So, you know, that means we will be having one of the better seasons that we've had in a long time.
The hotelier says business operators currently face several challenges to include price hikes and shortage of goods needed for guests.
Our utility bills is a major issue as well. And, you know, this new policy that Red Stripe has, where you have to provide bottles in order to get product, that is really creating some havoc, because we are not able to purchase the quantity of goods that we want, because you know, we are unable to get back the bottles, the empty bottles, because a lot of tourists leave with their bottles and a lot of them throw the bottles in the bin.
While he anticipates a productive season, Wallace says, like others, he too is now renovating and preparing to meet the tourist demands. He says tourists should be arriving as early as Monday. Nicola Brown, CVM Live.
Lee Da-young was at Itaewon on Saturday, the night of the Halloween crowd crush.
I told people there was someone on the ground. There was nothing we could do. I wasn't strong enough to move her. I saw the crowd just fall forward. I can't get those images out of my mind.
She's returned to grieve those who died.
I really didn't want to come back, but I felt I'd regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't. So I came to lay flowers and say a prayer.
She realizes she could just as easily have been one of the victims and says she feels lucky, but also guilty.
I feel like I've committed a sin. I was the only one that got out. They were all like my friends. I only found out the scale of the disaster after seeing it on the news. It was so distressing.
The memorial altar at Itaewon is one of many set up across South Korea. On Tuesday, President Yoon Suk-yeol and some cabinet ministers came to pay their respects.
Majority of the shops around the site of the accident are shut as a mark of respect. You get a sense that this is a nation in collective mourning.
There is too a feeling of collective trauma. Scenes of the disaster played out in real time on social media and were broadcast repeatedly for days after. The government has extended free counseling services to not only those directly affected, but to the general public as well. The nation's mood is slowly shifting to one of anger. The police chief, who's faced repeated questions about the force's preparation for and response to Saturday's accident, apologized on Tuesday.
There were emergency calls about the danger and urgency of the situation, and that a large crowd had gathered before the accident occurred. However, we think the police response to the emergency calls was inadequate.
The president has said South Korea's crowd control measures will need to be stepped up. An investigation is underway as to how the stampede occurred. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
Now that all the major domestic football competitions have ended for the year, the SKNFA looks back at the 2022 football calendar. We start with the senior women's team. The Sugar Girls started preparation for the CONCACAF Women's Championship qualifiers with a two-match practice series in Anguilla, winning the first 3-0 and drawing the second 0-all. The first women's qualifier against Costa Rica ended in a 7-0 defeat, but the Sugar Girls bounced back with a resounding 5-1 victory over Curaçao.
Minutes into the match, we saw Ellie Stokes put in an Olympico into the back of the net from the corner. Her second career international goal, as it gave the team in green the early lead, but Curaçao would come back as Sadea Rosa had her shot blocked by Taisha Hansen, as it was Phoenicia Brown from distance bombing one into the back of the net to reclaim the lead for St. Kitts and Nevis. And the next one would turn into a goal, as Lawrence would have a nice turn and finish into the near post. That would be her first of the evening. She'd get another one in the second half. But an excellent ball by Iana Bailey-Williams. St. Kitts and Nevis through Phoenicia Brown, doing a lot of work in the box, cutting it back. Did not work out. This was an opportunity for Brittany Lawrence to score a hat trick, just put off enough, and Valentina put her off. Here was the final goal of the match. Caitlin Forbes lays it off for Jazeera Claxton to finish off a stoppage time goal for the 5th for St. Kitts and Nevis. They have cut down their goal differential quite a bit after their first match.
In April 2022, the Sugar Girls delivered excellent performances with a 2-1 victory over Guatemala on April 8th, a major accomplishment for the women's team.
Played through. Here's Brown taken down, penalty! And a card to go with it. Paola Solares showed the yellow. Phoenicia Brown drew the foul. Stare down between Bailey Williams and Estrada. Here she is, Bailey Williams tucks it away, and St. Kitts and Nevis has the goal in the 21st minute. Some life in Group B for the team from pot number 2. Guatemala has to try and find a way back for their own cause. Plenty of space and time for Contreras for a hit deflected. Bar. Alvarez takes it down, cuts in, leaves it. Chance here, saved by Dickinson. Out for Ramirez, another save. Oh, that's an incredible sequence. Kira Dickinson keeping them in front. And Solorzano. Played in the middle for a header. Again by Dickinson, pawing it around the post. Chloe, 19 years of age, from her sister Kayla, still just 15. Oh, shove in the box, and a penalty given. Priscilla Perez thought about it for a second, then decided to give the penalty. St. Kitts and Nevis has already scored one of their own, and now Guatemala will have one and a chance. And maybe turn the tide in this one. In the 30th minute, Alvarez, stopped by Dickinson again. Gets the right way, got it with the leg. And Etta's corner, high arcing ball, comes down for a ball, saved up the line. A volley from Solorzano goes off target. What does Guatemala need to do to score a goal? They've now taken 16 shots. Played through down the wing for Ramirez. On the ground in front. Here's a chance and a goal! Celsa Cruz, one of the halftime substitutes for Guatemala. A quick strike in the second half, and the home side is back. Total shots. Counter may be on for St. Kitts and Nevis. Played in toward Claxton. What a finish! With the back of her head, Jazara Claxton, the 15-year-old, puts St. Kitts and Nevis on top.
And in a most fitting end, the Sugar Girls hosted the US Virgin Islands in the first international match at the Warner Park since the COVID-19 lockdowns, sealing a 6-0 victory in front of the home fans.
21st minute, Ellie Stokes does well to get her hips around it. Kellogg, a lot of people in front of her, not able to react quickly enough. It was 1-0 at halftime, and then the goal from Udenberg in the 51st minute. She takes all this space and off her right foot. Just a beautiful strike from the center midfielder. Stepping up, she took a little last-minute look to see where Kellogg was and converts with a great strike. Caroline Springer would step up on this set piece as well for the third goal of the game. A little bit of a collision there in front. The back line of the US Virgin Islands keeping Chloe Udenberg onside, but nonetheless, that's credited to Caroline Springer for the 3-0 lead. Claxton getting her third goal of the campaign on this sequence. The initial shot from Wilkinson saved, but more alert is Jazara Claxton rather than the back line of the US Virgin Islands. Defending hard they were, but the second chance opportunity, just like on the initial goal, coming to Claxton, and she converts. Venetia Brown, very strong in the 1v1 throughout the game. You'll see a lot of these runs. If you haven't seen them already, draws the penalty, opening up with the right foot. Kellogg not able to respond, and Brown would get her first of two in the 77th minute, and then the second one coming in the 93rd, just in the waning seconds. Kellogg coming out, and Venetia Brown off the Bailey Williams pass, taking advantage of the high line.
The women's team barely missed qualification to the next round only by goal difference, making it the best performance ever of a women's team in the history of St. Kitts Nevis football. 3 wins and a loss. An excellent way to end the senior women's football calendar for 2022.
Welcome to the SKN Newsline Weather Report. I am Janil Boole. Here is a look at the forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. For a more detailed weather report, visit our website at www.sknnewsline.com.